Hey, welcome back into today's video. That's right, we've been doing very well at uploads. I got my hair, I've got my pen, I've got my cat stress ball, and most importantly, I got the positivity turtle. In today's video, we're going to be talking about Jeffree Star releasing his new palette. He's been relatively quiet. He did release a video recently where he resolved the big rumors.
Okay, here's a funny one. You know how I've mentioned my grandma a few times?
Yeah.
My grandma Mary, she's her real age is 103, okay? She turned that in July of this year. But when we did our video, I said my 100-year-old grandma, so everyone thinks that she's not real.
But other than that, things have been relatively good. Well, he released his next new palette, and I believe this is his first palette since Morphe decided to go on and ahead and let him go. And I can tell that Morphe was holding back his creative power as he's came out with a genius new palette. It's called Orgy.
Okay, you guys, I just put up the sneak peek of the next collection. It is called Orgy, and it is an orgy of nudes, 30 pan all matte eyeshadow palette, and the full collection reveal will be on my channel tomorrow.
So I see what he's done here. Now, Jeffree Star is the only person that could manage to pull something like this off. He's managed to create a palette that if any YouTuber commentates or talks about this, they're going to get demonetized. It's genius. I have to applaud him for this one. I tweeted, I see Morphe was holding Jeffree Star back from his full potential. As you can see, this is the palette. It says Orgy. Now, I don't necessarily think that the name being Orgy is bad. Well, if you consider that he has a very young audience. But that aside, it's really just an idiom. I think what makes this really difficult is the fact that there's a bunch of little tiny naked Jeffree Stars everywhere. Can you imagine being a parent and your kid coming up to you saying,
I need the new Jeffree Star Orgy. This is something that I need right now.
And then you go to get it. You're like, okay, well, this is just a makeup name. You go to get it and there's little naked men all over. That's a really tough one to get past. Somebody said a really genius comment. They said that, and this was on Jeffree Star's latest video, why doesn't Jeffree Star make a palette called Cancel in every shade named after his scandals? Now, I think this person's a genius, and I think that they should most likely be the manager for his next marketing campaign. I think that they're going places. One person comments and says, if people give you crap about this title, just remember NARS has a blush named Orgasm. There's a mascara called Better Than Sex. There's so much sexual terms in the makeup industry, and I do have to give him that. That is a solid point. There is a lot of sexual things in the makeup industry. There's a lot of sexual things in just entertainment. But let's focus on talking about this right here. Let's take a look at a couple of these brands. This is the brand NARS Orgasm, definitely gonna get demonetized. But I just want you to check out how there's no naked little people anywhere. So it plays into it is just an idiom. And if you don't know what the idiom orgasm means,
idiom.
In general, it means a group of words established by usage as having a meaning not deducible from those of the individual words, meaning like it's raining cats and dogs, or I see the light, or get off my back, general terms like that. There's another one that's very popular that's Better Than Sex, which doesn't actually, it means like it's usually related to food. If you're eating food, then this steak is better than sex. I mean, that's what an idiom does. For example, the idiom Better Than Sex means extremely enjoyable or pleasurable. You have to try some of this chocolate cake. It's better than sex. The exhilaration you feel when you reach the top of a mountain is better than sex. So it's supposed to be non-deducible from the actual word. That's what makes it funny. That's what makes it the idiom that it is. Now, I'm no rocket science, but the fact that he's got little naked versions of himself all over every letter kind of makes it very deducible that he's really implying that there's an orgy about to happen. Someone also brought up the brand by Urban Decay Naked. I just want to point out that there's no little naked people on this, so it makes it such a very proper idiom. It's not deducible, and we can say that obviously the idiom naked means basically without concealment the bareness of it all, the you know, like organic foods, they don't have pesticides, they could be said to be naked, different things like that. And again, no, not deducible from the actual word. One Twitter user says, I mean, I don't love the title for young girls, but titles are not the reason to stop buying his stuff. There are plenty of other reasons, and I'm gonna have to agree with that. There are multiple reasons, and I'm not trying to say don't go buy this. You can go buy it if you want to. I don't mind. I'm just saying, with the recent controversies that he's been in, it really just seems to me that he could have, you know, somebody could have said, I don't know if that's such a hot idea for just right now. So in my humble opinion, I don't know makeup, I need to make that very clear, but like I said, I just don't think it was a good idea. I mean, what even is that? There's a young audience that's about to buy this. I'm really wanting to know what the actual colors, the names of them are.
Are seeing it for the very first time. This is an artist dream palette. I think
Hold on. So we have implants. We have blowout. I don't even know what that is. Glory hole. Money shot. There's some really good names here. Cunnilingus. Cunnilingus. I've never heard of this word in my entire life. In this video, he says, give it a search. He says, go search for it. I did this. Don't do this. It literally is. It's going down on a woman, which there's other ways to say that. I've never heard of that terminology. Can you imagine? I tweeted saying this. Jeffree Star 100% told his viewers to search up in his orgy reveal video. Is that YouTube TOS savvy? Legitimate question. This is a legitimate question because I know you're not supposed to put you know, stuff like that in your videos, and I don't know, because I know he has a younger audience, and that's a legitimate argument, but just to suggest to go search it, you know, that doesn't sound okay. I know some people got mad at me for even bringing this point up. Somebody asked me, oh my, what did he say exactly? I said, he said go search cunnilingus, which turns out to be, yeah. If somebody chimes in and says, you didn't know what that was, somebody replies, I didn't know what that was, and I was married with a woman for 6 years. Is that some common knowledge? I said, I mean, can you imagine saying, hey baby, let me just cunnilingus you for a bit, LMAO.
versatile and cunnilingus. And if you don't know what that is, pause the video, do a quick Google search, and I'll see you in a second. Now the next row is.
I'm gonna reiterate this again. Don't go search that, especially just don't do it. Now, I'm not saying that, you know, there's anything wrong with sex. I'm not saying that sex is weird or it's a very common thing that we all do. What I am saying is it's just weird given the context of his most recent controversies, and he comes out with this, and I've just got to say a middle schooler could have come up with these names. This literally feels like a middle school idea. The names of it, there's one called Eiffel Tower. I mean, it's very, it feels like something that would be marketed in like a sex shop or like a Spencer store or something more in that stream, not the mainstream, like something where you kind of know what you're going to expect when you go there. I don't think it, like if it was like for like a joke or something like this, but this is something that he's taken serious and he's putting it out there into the mainstream to be taken in that way. I just feel like it's the wrong area. Let me know what you think below. He also goes into greater depth and explains the branding packaging where he's naked on each one of the letters.
No, this is not Photoshop. These are actually all custom built letters that were bigger than me, that I was really laying across here naked, yes, in a G-string. And
I don't know, something about it just feels off, and this in particular reminds me of that one joke where the person got the tattoo of an M on one butt cheek and an M on the other, so when they did cartwheels, they said, wow. I just feel like it's immature, and maybe, sure, yes, maybe I'm being hypocritical and this being funny to me is immature, but I never said I was the most mature person. I'm just saying that it's just so weird that he comes out with this stuff like this, and it's so sexual terminology, and with the younger audience and all that, and providing examples that the makeup industry has sexually charged titles on their makeup products. I don't think that's the point that anyone should come from. I think that it should be pointed out that, hey, they have sexually charged content that's marketed mostly for young girls. That's creepy. You know, if you think about how Hollywood and the entertainment industry and how many people are coming out and being exposed and all just the nasty, terrible things that's going on, maybe that this is probably something that should be addressed, because I don't think it's clever. I don't think these play on words are good. I don't think they're great. I don't think it's, I think there's better ways to go about it, but maybe not. Maybe I'm wrong. Like I said, I don't know nothing about makeup. Maybe there needs to be a sexually charged environment to put on eyeshadow. I guess that's about all I have for this video, but as interesting as this is, there is something that's more interesting to me. That's right, you guessed it. I want to know what you think, so why don't you go ahead and leave your creative and your interesting response to the comment box below. Thumbs up for those likes as always, brothers and sisters. I will see you in the next video. I don't know. I guess I was just kind of surprised that after all this, the most recent scandals, how no one's accepted his excuses, that he comes back. The first thing right after Morphe lets him go is it's a palette called Orgy, and I wonder if Orgy would have been, you know, would have Morphe been like, yeah, let's do that. But he's always doing these weird palettes. He did the one palette right at the very start of the pandemic, when people were dying by just great numbers of people were being affected by this. He comes out with was it cremate? Was that it? Was that what it was? And the names of it was like, it was like gravestones, and I'm completely wrong, but I think you get the point. Anyways, that being said, I do want to thank my patrons. We are at 115 patrons with a goal of 130. 15 more, and then we can do a live stream on the Facebook page. I'm looking forward to that. Maybe I'll cook something. I'm also thinking about streaming on Twitch. Let me know in chat how many of you guys would like a Twitch stream from me. Also, don't forget to get your Repzilla t-shirt. It's awesome. It is very comfy, and it protects you from nonsense and Jeffree Star palette names. So one really cool thing I want to show you. If you go to Twitter, I almost said Twitch. If you go to Twitter now and you go to the GIF and you type Repzilla, there's actually Repzilla GIFs, and they're pretty cool. If you guys feel like making more recent ones, that would be awesome. Let's see who can make the best GIF for Twitter. Because I know that you're repping if you're looking your guide, and how you do that. All you gotta do is subscribe and notifications turn on. Be in the comment section after every single video, because I'm gonna be there. Greg the cat's gonna be there, and the rest of the Repzilla community as well. And that's just another way to show, because this channel loves you. That's a good video. I feel like I'm back in the groove. What do you think, Greg? Yeah, man, me too.